The war in Ukraine has had implications that are far-reaching and global in scope. Here in European Parliament, daily debates on national security, food, energy, and sanctions are made amongst European politicians. We sat down and talked with the former Vice President of European Parliament and also its current member, Ryszard Czarnecki, about these issues and more. I'm Yusuf Aram, and you're watching One on One. Member of Parliament Ryszard Czarnecki, welcome very much and thank you for joining us. Now, you're from Poland. You know the Russian threat. You know the historical Soviet threat very well geographically. How do you evaluate Brussels' reaction over the past 8 months to the war in Ukraine?
Over the last year, Europe and generally the world have been confronted by a collision of crises. The Russian invasion against Ukraine has brought the horrific reality of war back to Europe. At the tragic toll in human life, the devastation continues to mount, so do the reverberations of the conflict across Europe and, in my opinion, the rest of the world. The ensuing energy crisis have compounded an already escalating cost of living squeeze, which has dented Europe's strong post-pandemic recovery. But challenges of such scale can only truly be tackled collectively as one union, and Europe has shown time and again that it will rise to the occasion, whether vaccines, economic recovery, sanctions obviously, or support for Ukraine. In every instance, Europe has shown how much it can respond and how swiftly it can act when there is shared sense of purpose and a united approach.
The war in Ukraine created immediate national security concerns for the continent of Europe. Now, the urgency of these concerns change according to the geography. Obviously, the West less concerns, but major concern in the Baltics. Poland's a country in the Baltics. Is there a divide in the national security understanding inside the European Union?
Well, as we face up to the consequences of the Russian invasion here in the European Union, or support to Ukraine, will remain as steadfast, as determined and as united as it has been since end of February. What is at stake in the year ahead is about Ukraine and the future of Ukraine. But it's also about the future of our European Union and all it stands for: freedom, democracy, fundamental rights, the rule of law, and all values on which the EU is founded. With a true solidarity between the EU and the European Union and member states, the more than 180 measures already adopted by the European Union in response to the invasion or hitting Russia, where it hearts will offering strong support to Kiev and Ukrainian people.
The war in Ukraine has created an energy crisis for Europe. Are European countries prepared for winter? Because it's getting cold out, winter is coming. Is Europe ready?
Well, it's the fundamental question, I think, and the biggest challenge for us, for European Union and 27 member states. There is a lot of work and progress we have already made to tackle the most pressing challenges while staying the course of the longer term, Repower EU, the plan to rid Europe of its dependence on Russian energy imports, has seen the steady drop in supplies from Russia, compensated by an increase in alternative thanks to successful efforts to reach out to our international partners. We are still facing a difficult winter, frankly, but thanks to the gas storage regulation, almost 91% of European Union storage capacity has been filed, and member states are putting in place gas savings plans in line with the European gas demand reduction plan. The European Commission has also set out emergency energy market intervention measures and to tackle recent dramatic, truly speaking, price rises and reduce energy bills for Europeans and European business. And we will continue to accelerate the energy transition, both as a means to tackle the climate crisis, but also to reduce our dependencies and boost our competitiveness. This work will also be the stepping up the resilience and response capacities of critical infrastructure, which is at the heart of a 5-step plan announced by President of the European Commission.
Former Vice President of the European Parliament, current Member of Parliament, Ryszard Czarnecki, thank you for sharing your valuable insight with us on One on One.
Thank you.